I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to our YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. Some of you are also members of our WhatsApp group, which is Free Math Solutions. The question which is before you is from our WhatsApp group, where many active people trying to compete are participating. And there is a group, very vibrant group, providing excellent questions, right? So that's the group. And the question which I've taken is from here only, it's kind of this question. We'll discuss how to solve similar questions in the video, and I hope that will really help you. I'll also provide you link of our WhatsApp group to join if interested. The question here is, a perpendicular from the midpoint of one leg of right triangle to hypotenuse divides the hypotenuse in two parts of length 4 and 5 centimeters. What is the area of the triangle? The second question is, a perpendicular from the midpoint of one leg of right triangle to hypotenuse divides hypotenuse in two parts of length 6 and 10 centimeters. What is the area of the triangle? So that's a practice question for you, exactly same with slightly different values. So the approach here is that we are given a right triangle, and that's the perpendicular to the hypotenuse. This is from the midpoint, so these two sides are equal. The length in which it divides the hypotenuse is 4 and 5, so the smaller one, let me take this as 4, and the bigger one as 5. You need to find the area of the triangle, correct? So that's the question. You can always pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, for approximate calculation, there is a shortcut. You can assume ED, which is perpendicular, to be half of hypotenuse, which is 5 plus 4, right? So 9 half is 4.5, right? So you could assume this. So that will give you an approximate result, right? So, and then it is, much faster to get the solution. Let's take up this solution and really see how to solve such a question. So I've again written question number 1 for you. So we'll kind of complete this diagram. Here is our right triangle, and these sides are 5 and 4. We need to find the area of this particular triangle, and that's the right angle from the mid value of the segment AB, right? One base. Okay. To find the area, we need to find altitude as well as the base. How do we do that? Well, we'll look into similar triangles. This side is common, correct? This side is common to the small triangle and the big triangle. Since this is common and the other side is 90, the third side for both should be equal, right? So these two sides are equal. So we know that the big triangle, which is triangle ABC, is similar to triangle EBD. Right? So from angle property. Now in case of similar triangles, we can always equate the ratios of the sides. So side opposite to bigger right angle is 5 plus 4. So we'll write this as one side, which is 5 plus 4 over. In the smaller triangle, it is dB, right? So it is dB is equal to. We are also given this side. Now, this side in smaller triangle is opposite to the third angle equal. So let's look into the third angle equal, and that becomes AB. So we could write this as AB over 4. So we get our equation using similar triangles, right? Easy. So that is 9. 9, we can always multiply by 4. So we get 4 times 9 equals to AB times dB. Now we know dB is half of AB, right? So you can say AB is twice dB. So we know AB is 2 times dB. That is AB, and we'll multiply this by dB. And here we have 4 times 9, which is 36. So we have, we can calculate now the length D to B. So we have 2 times dB square equals to 36, or you can say that dB square is 36 by 2, which is 80. Right. So from here we get dB, which is, let me just write square root 18. You could simplify, and you can definitely write this as 9 times 2, right? And then you can write 3 square root 2, correct. Now since we know dB, and we know that AB is twice, right? So in that case, we can write AB as equal to 2 times 3 square root 2, which is 6 square root 2. Perfect. So we do get A to B. Now we know the base, we can always find the altitude, correct? So this we have found this to be 6 square root 2. Okay. So A to C square will be equal to that square, which is hypotenuse, which is 9 square, minus A to B square, right? So A to B square is 2 times, which is 6 square root 2 whole square, correct? So that's what we get, A to C, which is 81 minus 36 times 2, which is 72. That is 9 for us. So we get AC as equal to 3. Square root of 9. Perfect. So now we know the area of the triangle, and area is half of base A to B, which is 6 square root 2, so let me write AB, times AC. And then we'll write half of 6 square root 2 times 9. Right, so 9 square root 2 will be our answer. So that is the area in unit square for the given question. Is that clear to you, right? So these are the steps involved to solve. Now let's take the next example. Well, you'll notice that you could have done the shortcut where this becomes 4.5, and in that case you could find the side dB as a square plus b square square root, and then you could have got your answer, but that would be approximate answer. Now here is question number 2. We'll again do the same calculations. I hope you know the method, so it is to encourage you to actually do it faster than me, right? Okay, so let's read the question once again. It says a perpendicular from the midpoint of one leg to the right triangle to hypotenuse divides hypotenuse in 2 parts, length 6 and 10. So let's say smaller 6, this is 10, and these 2 sides equal, correct? So again we'll follow the same method. We know that this is perpendicular, and therefore this angle is common, right? The other angle is equal. So we do have a similar triangle case. So we can say triangle ABC is similar to triangle ABC is similar to triangle EBD. So the ratio of sides, right, from the angle property, C2B over, that is opposite right angle is DB, should be equal to, now opposite this side is A to B over EB. Perfect. Now, we can always substitute these values. C to B is 10 plus 6, which is 16. D to B, we want to figure out. A to B is 2 times DB, right? Since it is double. And E to B is 6. So from here, we can cross multiply and find DB. So DB in this case will be, let me write 2 DB square first and then we'll do it. Okay, so it is 16 times 6 and that gives you dB as equal to 16 times 6 over 2 square root, which is square root of 48, correct? So we get this as square root of 48, and A to B will be twice dB. So it is 2 times square root 48. I'm not really simplifying it since it really doesn't matter. We need to find the area, right? Now we know this length, which is 2 square root 48. Now we can find what is AC. So AC will be equal to hypotenuse square minus this square, right? So which is 4 times 48 square, correct? So that's what it is. You can use calculator to solve this. Let's do it. So we have 16 square minus 4 times 48. 64, square root of 64 is 8, so we get 8. So this side works out 8 for us, right? And therefore, we can now write down the area, which is half of base, which is AB, times AC, the altitude. So it is half of AB is 2 square root 48 times 8. So which is 8 square root 48. Correct? So approximate answer we can always find. So we have 8 square root 48 equals to, within decimals, it is 55.4. Right? So 55.4 unit square becomes the answer for this. Now in this particular question, what I observed was that if you do the shortcut method, then D to E works out to be half of 10 plus 6, right? Half of that. And that could also help you to get a quick solution to this particular question very accurately. So anyway, these two questions, I hope, help you to understand how to solve such questions. It doesn't really take much time. So just equate the ratios of the sides and find the answer. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.